Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Rumboyz Robbie, CEO of the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. This is my co-host, Drop the Mic FF. Happy Sunday football morning. Here live on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Make sure that you guys hit that like button if you have not already. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is Rumboyz NFL AM. Our NFL Rum Zone pregame show. Mike, how are you doing this morning?
Tired, but it's Sunday, and my team plays in the morning, so I'm ready.
I woke up, started drinking, ready to smash some fucking overs. So let's do this thing. I put a couple of our parlay cards in the Discord chat. I'm probably gonna build a few more.
I saw that.
Yeah, while we're here. I just put those into the chat, so make sure you go check them out. I have bubble wrap. That's not good for my ADD.
No, it's not.
No.
I work at a warehouse. I know that bubble wrap is not good for ADD.
No, yeah. I'm like in the middle of trying to put together a ring light because we're gonna see if I can give myself a little bit of a better setup as long as I'm having to still work from my phone. And so I can save it for a brand new fucking laptop. Why? Because bills are expensive. That's why.
All right, so pay the bills with Rumboyz or with MKF so I can put
That's
the
what I
banner
was
up.
about. That's what I was just about to do. Speaking of paying bills, speaking of affording things, you guys can afford a whole new lifestyle with daily fantasy player props through monkeyknifefight.com and the Monkey Knife Fight app. That's right, monkeyknifefight.com or the Monkey Knife Fight app, available on iOS and Android. That is MKF, okay, Monkey Knife Fight. You guys can also be able to get an extra value with Monkey Knife Fight by utilizing promo code Rumboyz. That is promo code Rumboyz in all caps upon sign up. When you make your very first deposit all the way up to $100, Mike, myself, and the rest of the team here behind the scenes selling these 7 C's of fantasy football with you will match you on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. That means if you put down $100, we're going to match you on the $100. You put down 50, we're going to match you on the 50. You put down 20, we will match you on the 20. All right, dollar bills, y'all. Make sure you download monkeyknifefight.com, Monkey Knife Fight app, available on iOS and Android. Use promo code Rumboyz whenever you sign up. We're going to fucking help you make a come up, baby. Let's get into it. Next up, I want to remind you guys about PFF, the brand new fantasy football format. You guys can still get in this season. If not, go ahead and grab a subscription, help you out with your fantasy leagues that you're competing in this season, or start one up for next season. Promo code Rumboyz, the brand new fantasy football format powered by Pro Football Focus, is partnered up with the Rumboyz to offer you guys 40% off on your subscription price utilizing promo code Rumboyz. All of our stuff is pretty much promo code Rumboyz. Utilize our promo codes, let them know where you came from. Without further ado, let's get into the show. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rum boys and girls want to do dilly.
Dilly. All right. I'm jumping into the comments real quick, and I will read those off. Jamie says, Boyd, Duvernay, or Pollard. I like the 6 to 7 targets for Boyd, but also Pollard seeing more targets with Schultz.
Let me see. Boyd, Duvernay, or Pollard. Really quick question: is this? I'm reading this from the standpoint of betting. Okay, so I'm going to be underneath the assumption that's where we're going with this.
I think this is for his flex play.
Is it for a flex play?
I don't know. I'll message him and find out.
Yeah, I would. That's some information I'd want to know first before I give out any advice on this. Look, Schultz and just that Dallas team has been. I like Pollard. I like Pollard a lot.
I'm playing him.
Yeah, which is weird because Duvernay is starting to like earn this weird form of respect from me. And I don't know if it's because of the return last week that he had and how major that went down. Yeah, I'm still. I feel like the jury is still out on Duvernay and that Lamar Jackson connection. Out of those, I probably would trust Pollard. I would see myself maybe trusting Pollard or Boyd just
Yeah,
a little bit more than maybe the other two.
agreed. So here we got Leafs in the chat, and he's got a quick question. Brandon Cooks, Rashad Bateman, or Devonta Smith half PPR flex? Not Devonta Smith, in my opinion, just because he's not getting the play with the Eagles, even though it's going to be a high-scoring game. In my opinion, so it's Bateman against New England, who's got a decent secondary, and Houston against Chicago. But Devontae is going against your team. But I don't trust the Eagles' offense supporting him, Goddard, and AJB.
Yeah, the Eagles haven't shown us that they're going to be supporting all cast members yet. It's usually been a dominance of one or the other. I'm afraid that with Devontae, you may get the touchdown, right?
You might
And
get one catch.
exactly. And then
It might be 1 for 1 and a tutty.
And I'm afraid that those 8 fantasy points that you may get may not be enough for you for the win out of those players that you've listed. I think that Rashad Bateman could probably give you a better return on investment.
My gut's telling me Rashad.
Yeah, and I know what many are thinking. Will, it's like, but Philadelphia is like so high octane and they're just so fucking high power right now.
Nope.
I think that this is more of an AJ Brown game. I think this is more of a Dallas Goddard game.
You hear that, people? Robbie said it's an AJ Brown game. You
I've
hear
always
that,
said
people?
that. I've always said that.
No, I know, but I'm just saying I agree. AJB today.
Yeah, it's not. I don't. If Devontae pops one off, you're relying on a lot of boom with that investment.
Yep.
You're pretty much relying on AJ Brown to be shut down, option 1, and Devontae to be the main recipient, or either option B, you're hoping for one big one to Devontae. You can't just get a 1-yard jump ball grab and expect to win your fantasy week. Or if you are relying on that, you're going to be heading into Monday night with the sweat. So to avoid the sweat, I'd probably go Rashad Bateman there.
Okay, Justin, I'll put your other one up, Justin, in a second, but Justin says Flacco or Brady?
Flacco or Brady?
Flacco against the Bengals, Brady against the Packers.
I almost want to go Flacco.
To me,
just because
is a coin toss.
No. And it is, but one right now has more of their weapons. One's a better quarterback than the other, fucking hands down. Joe Flacco's kids don't even fucking believe that he's a good quarterback, okay?
That's why I call him Joe Fluco.
But he has all of his weapons.
Agreed.
Brady doesn't.
Yeah, he's got freaking Beasley.
And that adversely affects Brady. Which is why if you guys check in the Discord, we don't have many Buccaneers SGPs out there. We don't have any Buccaneers SGPs. We're not taking these guys for any time teas. We're not trusting the volatility of the market with that team at the current moment. I'd rather you take a gamble on a Garrett Wilson for an anytime TD. I'd rather you take a gamble on probably any of the other fucking Jets than any of the Bucks today. So with that being said, from a fantasy standpoint, play Flacco over Brady.
Here's Justin with the betting comment to you. With the 50% boost, I got Baltimore, Cincinnati, Rams, Tampa Bay, and Broncos all to win.
I love that. You're laying a little bit of chalk there though. With the Broncos pick, I think that San Fran does indeed pull something out. Now, what that something can or will be is yet to be determined. Oh shit, I'm stupid. That's how that goes. Instruction. I try to do the typical mail thing and do this without instructions, and I was like, I don't know how this other piece goes. So yeah, I think that I like Baltimore. I like Cincinnati on a comeback. Obviously, I like LA. You're not going to see me bet against California very often. You're not going to see. I should correct that. You're not going to see me bet against Los Angeles very often, being a native, half native. So with that being said, with that being stated, let's switch the Broncos to. I just don't trust Nathaniel Hackett.
Yeah.
It's not a Russ thing. It's not a. I feel like if Russ were to be like, "Hey, you're gonna shut the fuck up. We're gonna pretend that my headset went out, and I'm gonna call the plays." I think that Russ would be fine if that were to happen. I think that Russ has a little bit of a harder time with Hackett as coach.
Weekend Weeds is in the chat. Dilly, they agree with us about Bateman and Pollard. Team out of nowhere asks, full PPR, Juju, Allen Robinson, or Brandon Ayuk? I'll let you go first real quick.
Dude, this is such a good question with so many good options. I want to go Allen Robinson for some reason.
That's a 2 for Allen Robinson, by the way. And I'm a Chiefs fan. That's a 2 for Allen Robinson. I agree. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. And I just don't think Juju, until they get Juju more involved consistently, they just spread the ball out right now. And yeah, if you look at their statistics, MVS is getting the most targets on that team besides Kelsey, not Juju.
Yeah.
Not saying the performance. I'm just saying target wise, they're to spread the ball, to go down the field. They're using MVS and they're not targeting Juju as much.
MVS is getting Oprah on deeper routes just because he's so used to running that same thing.
Yep.
You know, so that makes it tough, and that does make it tough, believe it or not, for the Chiefs to move the ball. How they're going to progress throughout the season, how they're going to start mixing in different wrinkles into the X's and O's will be interesting. Today is a perfect day for them to kind of test out just because of who they're facing. Other than Shaquille Leonard, I mean, there's not a whole lot of upside.
Out.
Yeah, and he's out. So there's not really a whole lot of upside for Indy. I know that many people are taking Indy on the cover. I don't think the Indy covers. I think the Indy gets their backs blown out. What's up, Nick?
Your boy Nick says, what is up? And Justin says, I can hedge the bet, which, yeah, you can hedge the Denver Niner bet.
I think that if you're going to hedge one out of that parlay card, that's the one that you do it with.
Okay, so Nick, I'll read it. Since you're doing that, I'll read it. Nick says, Broncos to win if they use Javonte properly. Now they have another special teams coach to help Hackett make decisions. I don't care if that person is there or not. Nathaniel Hackett is Nathaniel Hackett. They used Javonte properly last week and they almost lost the game when they shouldn't have.
When we were doing Madden giveaways, we should have given a copy to Nathaniel Hackett. Straight up. I would have rigged the fucking contest to hook that man up if it meant that he was going to coach better football. I've now figured this out.
So I was watching, speaking of this game, I was watching ESPN before I came on, and Rex Ryan had a very good point. Do not forget that the Denver Broncos are now owned by the Walton family. And the reason he wanted to bring that up is Nathaniel Hackett was hired before they took over the team.
Mm-hmm.
This is not their coach. So if things do go awry, he thinks there could be a move sooner than later if this keeps going down this hill.
And that is something that we're aware of, and I don't think that we are overly.
Me and you know that, but I've never. That's the first time I've heard that in mainstream media, which is
I don't think that we're overly harsh on Nathaniel Hackett. I don't think that we're overly harsh on grading this team at the standpoint. This is a fan base that rapidly running through the fucking supermarkets and shit. When it was announced they got Russell Wilson, that they were like, we were just a QB away, and now we have our guy, and now we're set, and now we're good. Shut the fuck up, Denver.
Yeah.
Because none of that shit mattered. You signing Russ and all this shit, none of it mattered when it mattered the most, which was when it came down to pairing Russ with the right coach. We saw that as Pete Carroll got older and more senile, And as Russ got older and wasn't able to make the same plays as when he was younger, Russ, fresh out of Wisconsin, 5, 6, 7 years into the NFL, he's not able to make those same plays. You didn't align him with the coach that could have matched what he's able to do right now at this given point in his career. Russ can still cook. I was saying before the show, and maybe I don't know if you. I think I said this backstage before the show. This team is better off pretending that Russ's fucking headset cuts out in his helmet, and now it's just Russ calling the plays.
Agreed. You said that Thursday night.
So I've made this same case multiple times. And which is why we're taking the 49ers money line. To me, this when we're talking about this game as a whole, from a fantasy standpoint, I expect a positive ROI out of Javonte Williams. I expect a positive ROI out of Cortland Sutton. But does Denver still turn the ball over to where it makes Russell Wilson an impact for you in fantasy? Yes. Yeah. We're not taking any props on Russell Wilson tonight. I don't feel like it's equitable. Now, I'm not saying that we're benching Russ in fantasy, but we're not starting him in fucking DFS. There's a difference. We're starting him in fantasy because we fucking have to, because there's not a whole lot of QB1s out there. You know, so the whole situation with Broncos Nation, with Broncos country right now is very, very frustrating. And I'm sorry to spend so much time on this soapbox, but get it the fuck together. You guys suck. And you guys are sucking, honestly, for no reason and no reason at all. Because of coaching.
Yeah.
And you have a veteran quarterback that could probably coach a better fucking game than your actual coach. You're wasting money, Denver. Get your fucking money back. Figure it out. Tonight, we're not laying down any Denver props. If Denver goes off, I'll be the one to take the responsibility on you guys missing money on fucking Denver. I'll go on air Monday night and you know what, guys? Hey, I fucking whiffed on that one. It happens. Yada, yada, yada. But I don't think I'm going to have to do that.
No.
Jimmy G and the band's back together. You're putting Jimmy G in that captain in showdown tonight.
Did you hear the thing that came out this morning? Schefter and Mort had confirmed that, I guess, at the combine is when teams found out that Jimmy G was having surgery. But before that, like the day before, like the first day at the combine, you guys almost got Jimmy G and not Wentz. They had a trade in place, and then
yes, I do. Yes. I do know about that. I do know about. Remember, we brought that up on we brought that up during the offseason.
But now they actually confirmed it. I'm like, ooh, like even Washington is like coming out and like Washington came out and confirmed it now.
I mean, it makes sense. He would have been a better fit there. We have the bank account. We have the bankroll. We're one of the richest teams in the NFL.
Yep.
You know, so it makes complete and total sense. Yeah, Nick, that would have been nasty. I mean, because we're already nasty with wins. But in Jimmy G's effectiveness to disguise RPOs, jet sweeps, things of that nature, and which is something that we're trying to do with Curtis Samuel, it would have just made it so much more fucking nasty. But Wentz is doing this thing. Speaking of Wentz, you guys should be starting Carson Wentz, okay, in your redraft, you know, in Dynasty, et cetera, okay? So your regular fantasy, you should be starting.
Yep.
I like Wentz as a DFS play.
So I 100% agree with you.
Wentz made us money last week. Wentz and Goff are very strong, equitable DFS plays. We're going to get into a DFS build here in about 5 minutes. Because I didn't get all my DFS lineups in this morning, so we're going to get that done here on the show live. So make sure you guys share the content, retweet, all that good stuff. Put out an original tweet. Original tweets seem to work a lot better than just sharing my fucking tweets or Mike's tweets.
Quote tweet it if you have to.
Yeah, quote tweet it, et cetera, et cetera. Let people know where you're chilling, where you're hanging out. I really like both those guys as equitable plays. If you're looking to try and make some money today, I think that's where you kind of start there. I say lock in a cheap level playing field QB. The Goffs, the Wentz's. Two was a little bit expensive after what he did last week, but those guys, right? Then see how cheap you can go on a balanced defense. Hey, don't put me into the negative, but I need enough budget to go ahead and build up the rest of the spots. Okay. But I think that if you start with those two positions and you start in those areas, you can really make some things happen for you. I don't feel like today is a day that you need a top end tight end. I don't think that in DFS you need to be spending up for a Travis Kelce, right? There's going to be enough casuals that are going to go out there and do that. We can save money and maybe go like a Logan Thomas or a Tyler Conklin. Okay, so just some things that I want to point out, some strategies I want to point out. I think this week is a good week to where you don't gotta blow the budget on all studs. You can save yourself some money, still build a good lineup, and walk away with a good percentage of the cash pot, if not the whole thing.
Yeah. So I have something I just saw on the TV. I want to preface by saying this, Robbie, because I know you'll be like, Michael, we're on Rumboyz. This does not get said out loud. I am not saying it's Tyler Higbee season. That's not what I'm saying. But they just put on the bottom ticker that for some reason today, not earlier in the season, the Rams just put Van Jefferson on the IR. So now he's going to be out a minimum of 4 more games.
Okay, so let me get this out before I reach over for some trees that aren't Bobby. One thing that we've also always said, okay, if evidence can debunk something, evidence can debunk something.
Yep.
Higbee has been getting a good portion of the target market share in that offense.
I think it's partially because they need a third, and right now he is the third without Van.
Exactly. I mean, in Robinson, we're still waiting for that chemistry to be formed. Despite Robinson having a great outing last week, after what we were given in week 1, what we're finding is that Stafford is kind of leaning on the guys that he already has chemistry with, which is making it more difficult for A-Rob to get worked into the fold. I feel like A-Rob will be full go for you in fantasy lineups by like next week. Okay. But last week it seemed like a couple of things were a little bit force-fed. So with that
hands down.
Yeah. So with that being said and stated, let's go off of what we know. This isn't a stat thing that I feel like you can really like look at stats and box scores and be like, okay, like this is where I'm starting. Look at the film. What we know off of film over the last 2 weeks, it's evident that Stafford is going with the guys he has rapport with. For now, while we're still early, let's play the guys he has rapport with, and that would be Higbee.
All right. So while you're doing that, get your trees. I got some questions on here, so I'll read them. There's like 4, so I'll just put them all quick. What's up, CB? How you doing? Pick 2: Michael Carter, J.K. Dobbins, J. Rob, or Miles Sanders. To me, this is Miles Sanders is the lock, and I'm going to say Miles Sanders and J. Rob.
Miles Sanders is definitely a lock because Sirianni has suddenly discovered how the fuck to call a run offense. Even though that run offense does not include Kenny Gainwell.
Which pisses me off.
It pisses all of us off. But we're good. I will survive. I will survive. It's okay. Yummy here. Let me see if y'all can see it.
Right there. Yeah.
This shit got like that purple in it. Wake you up nice and early. It's just like coffee. With that being said, yeah, Miles Sanders is the lock. And I would probably go, and there's no probably, I would go J-Rob. Just because it seems like he's the more effective one. I don't know when ETN is going to be put into like the full fold.
I don't want to talk. I do not have enough time in this show to talk about that. Free Tigray says Chase Edmonds, Ramondre Stevenson, or Melvin Gordon, full PPR. Well, that's the first question.
First, subscribe to the channel, Free Tigray.
Let's answer that first. Chase Edmonds, Ramondre Stevenson, or Melvin Gordon, full PPR.
Fucking Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon, or Chase, but god damn it.
It seems like they want something special to happen with Damian Harris in New England. I feel like Ramondre Stevenson will be like a week 5, week 6 type of play, and that's when we're gonna start getting more into that. Because I feel like that by then, like, Belichick's gonna be like, all right, like, Harris, you're not popping off, like, and we can't pass the ball because it's Mac and cheap zone. So yeah, I would go Melvin Gordon in that situation. Chase Edmonds fucking blows right now. We're not doing that. There's not enough evidence to support starting Chase Edmonds.
Robbie knows I love Chase Edmonds, and I just traded him in Dynasty last night.
Yeah.
His other question is Bateman, Thielen, or Hollywood half PPR?
Oh my gosh, all really good options. I'll let you go first, Mike. Hollywood's missing the touchdown on his stat line. That's the problem there.
Thielen hasn't done much yet, but he can have a breakout game at any point. And that game's supposed to be a high-scoring one against Detroit, and Detroit really doesn't have a secondary.
But Detroit has some pass rush, which makes their secondary efficient.
They do. Aiden Hutchinson is a freaking monster, and I have him in all 22, so I'm happy. I don't know if it's against you in all 22 or not, but I have him. If you
shout to all 22, shout to PFF, our partner.
Oh man, there's something telling me this question is Thielen.
I feel like it's Bateman just because, like,
he's my number 2.
It's Bateman for me. I'm going Bateman out of those guys. Hollywood gets a touchdown today. I think you start beginning the conversation at the very least. Now, whether or not that conversation is I'm going to start Hollywood Brown or I'm going to trade away Hollywood Brown remains to be answered. I feel like we're going to be leaning more on the side of, like, yo, Hollywood just got a TD. He had a couple of receptions. Get ready to trade him high. For me, I would go Bateman, Hollywood, and then Thielen. But Bateman first.
Okay, Matt says. Oh no, where's the one? Oh, there it is. Matt says Ayuk or Zeke for PPR.
Ayuk. Next question.
We're not. Next question. Aiden says, you ready for JK? No, because I don't trust JK yet. I still need to see something.
Yeah,
Aiden's question is Gabe Davis or Bateman, PPR?
Here, let's go to the weeds first. That's a Miles Sanders one real quick. That's super easy. Miles Sanders or J-Rob?
No, he's agreeing with us. He's agreeing with us on the – he's just commenting about the question above that we commented on. Gabe or Bateman? Gabe?
Gabe is back.
Okay. Good. CB has a question for you. Is Bourne a sneaky play with Myers out?
I think that he is in deeper formats. If I can stay away from New England, I will.
Yeah. I like Aiden's comment as a joke, but Patricia wants Bourne to die.
That fucking sounds about right.
I mean, it is Patricia. Wink and Wheat says Ayuk. Wink and Wheat says Gabe. All right, let's get into our stuff. Do we want to go games? What do we want to do? I have DK. I have the DK book pulled up that I can say odds if I need to.
Okay, all right, let's go through picks here in the next like 10, 15 minutes. Let's see if we can knock that out. Let's run through some money lines. Let's run through some ATS.
All right, I'll do that right now. You ready?
Yep.
Chiefs -5.
Wait, got a question.
Oh, okay.
You said, well, wait, Ayuk or Dawson. So Zeke is not going to be factored into this equation. So we're just going to process of elimination that out, right?
Yeah.
When it comes down to Ayuk or Dotson, that's when we're having a real conversation, the conversation that really does need to be had. Casuals are probably going to tell you to start Ayuk because of the name value. I'm going to tell you Dotson just because.
I get you're saying the casuals will say Ayuk because of the name val. I'm saying, I'm not saying I would pick Ayuk over Dotson, but I'm saying if I was to say it, my reasoning would be Jimmy Deck.
Jimmy G to me is the only reason why I go IU, but Dotson has given you consistent floor.
Yeah.
And I can't deny consistent floor. I can't come on air and be like, yeah, we're just gonna toss that all the fuck out the window. No, it's something that may be one of the more prime questions that we've had in the chat this episode. And I can see that being a question that helps people win money.
Yeah. All right. So the Chiefs -5. Colts are a +185 to upset the Chiefs. I think we're both taking Chiefs to cover. Or I'm not taking anything, but
we're taking Chiefs. I don't and the spread is 5.5, right?
5.
5. Oh, it dropped. Yeah, yeah.
Over unders 51.
Chiefs are gonna blow them out the water. I don't know if the over hits, just because it's probably gonna be too easy for them to like defeat the Colts and keep the ball out their hands. The Colts won't do their half of hitting the over.
Okay, so in the next game, remember, people, me and Robbie mentioned that stat that there's only been a certain amount of times that the over has been over 54 points at the end of at lock. I think it's 1-7 or 0-8 on that. Buffalo is a 4-point favorite over Miami with a 55-point over under.
I'm not smashing the over.
No.
55 in that type of game is just too high. Asking Tua to do exactly what he did last week when there's not a whole lot to prove that he can do that on a consistent basis, that evidence just isn't there. You're not going to have this amazing fucking display of great feats and that be like, and convince me that they're like all of a sudden like, oh, like that's your breakout, like that's your coming out. Like, okay, you had a great comeback win. We've seen plenty of great comeback wins when quarterbacks just go back to being who they are. With that being said and stated, this Miami offense clearly has something clicking. But the over at 55, you're I started drinking early.
Yeah.
But no, you're drunk. So yeah, I would take the under on that one.
Yep.
Thoughts on Stafford over 274? I like it.
So our boy J Love, our NFL draft guru J Love, says,
here.
Boys SFB question: Thielen or Brian McManus? Wow. And SFB
Brandon McManus. Yeah.
In SFB rules, it's Brandon McManus.
Yeah, I was about to say it's McManus.
Especially the game being in Denver and you can get the long field goal points. Yeah, it's McManus.
With this altitude, yeah, bro. You kind of gotta play the altitude in that one.
Yeah. That's an altitude question. Bengals 6.5-point favorites over the Jets, 45.5 over under.
What's the money line
On the Jets?
Yeah, I picked it this morning. I can't remember what I took it
the
at.
Jets are plus 215. The Bengals are minus 255.
What if I were to tell you that at 215? Fuck! I lost my lighter, son of a bitch.
Hold on, you're the one that's been saying all freaking goddamn week that the Bengals are going to come out and show that they'll win, and now you're saying the Jets? Are you flippity-floppity on me?
At plus 215, like if I'm thinking about like parlaying that with a couple of other dogs.
Yeah.
Bro, give me the Bengals. I think that Cincinnati gets it together. The Jets won last week by 1. I mean, they were about to do some typical Jets shit. And honestly, with the way that win came down, that was a typical Jets win. I don't think they do that twice in a row.
No.
I lost my fucking lighter, man.
All right, here's the big game of the week for you. -6 underdog Washington. +6 underdog 47.5 over under.
I'm taking Washington. I'm biased on that one.
Yeah, I know.
And we cover. We cover.
I think you cover. Detroit 6.5-point dog, 51.5 over.
I got Detroit
to cover. or to win.
To win.
Plus 225.
Yep. And I have it on a parlay. Hang on. Thoughts on Cook anytime TD and JT over. I like the over on the JT receptions thing.
Easily.
Just because like it's like Matt Ryan, that's the only fucking weapon that you have, bro.
It's our defense.
Exactly. Now the Cook anytime TD. It's probably the portion that scares me, but this should be a shootout game, despite it being divisional. I'm not saying I'm all in. If you look at the Discord, he's not one of my guys on my 5-pick anytime TD card. But I wouldn't mind playing it. I wouldn't mind putting a little something on it. I'll probably play a unit. That's about it.
Yep. Where was it? I lost my train of thought. Baltimore 2.5-point favorites on the road, 45 over under against the Patriots.
They're gonna blow the Patriots out the
I
water.
think if this was not Bill Belichick and if this wasn't just the Patriot like love in the world, I think this spread would be about 4.5 or 5. Vegas.
Robbie, I'm getting there.
Okay, so Vegas, I'll have to say it the way I always say it. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
2-point favorite over the Tennessee Titans.
Give me the Raiders.
I'm not saying what I would do because what I would do hurts my soul. So there's my answer.
So you would take the Raiders.
Yes. Saints are a 2-point favorite over the Panthers.
Give me the Saints.
Okay.
Give me the Saints a long way. I'll play that. I'll long call that all day.
Yep. Here's the next one I'm taking is one of my dogs of the week. I already said this on Friday night. Houston is a 3-point dog on the road against the Chicago Bears. I'm taking Houston money line plus 145.
Horns up.
Sorry, Geriatric Jones, if you're listening.
Felix Jones don't give a fuck about us. He probably hates this show as much comedy as we made.
I know. Jacksonville Jaguars.
DK, you're playing DK, Connor.
Yep.
Hang on. What do you think of these picks? Bengals, Vikings, Chiefs, Bills, Ravens, Eagles. Run that card.
Yep. So this is the tricky game because we don't really know what's going on until 1 o'clock in the afternoon my time. Jacksonville Jaguars and Chargers. Chargers are a 3.5
We do know what's going on now.
I know. I'm saying technically we don't. They're saying that he might get the shot during pregame, but the spread went from 10 to 3.5. Take that for what it's worth.
This is your hedge of the day. This is your hedge of the day.
Yes.
Okay? And you are placing that hedge right the fuck now. Because here's what could happen. If Herbert plays, and if Herbert is even playing at 70%,
it'll go back up.
What?
It'll go back up.
Yeah, it'll go back up. And the Chargers will win. The Chargers will win if Herbert is in, even at 70% Herbert. If Herbert's not playing, Jacksonville by 1 point all day. So make sure you guys pay close attention to that. We'll be tracking that all throughout the next broadcast for Rum Zone.
Yep.
Keep your eyes peeled. Let's go.
Cardinals,
wait. I'm on Raw over 6.5 catches. Yes. And Waller over 53 yards. Yes.
Especially with Renfro out.
Yes. We are, fellas, we are getting drunk this morning and finding overs to smash.
Do I risk starting Keenan Allen in a game time decision or put Drake London in? Because of the Josh Allen situation, the good thing is, actually, here's what I would do. You can wait because the Chargers game is at 1 o'clock West Coast. The Atlanta game is 1:25 West Coast. So you would wait. If it's going to be Herbert, Allen together, possibly go with Allen.
You're running it. Yeah, you're straight up running that.
Out, I don't care if Allen's good. If Herbert's out, I'm running Drake London.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly how I'm running that. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. The perfect way to answer that. I will definitely be checking in from the bar today. Fuck yes, Matt. God damn it, I love you. Matt's he's literally one of my favorite people, for real, for real. Like, Tree's been watching this show, by the way.
Yeah.
Shout out to Leaf Stephens. Leaf Stephens has been watching this show since 2018. Since Ty and I were recording in a fucking basement. Kyler over 27 rushing, yes. Hill over 75. No, oh God, I'm not taking that. Not against that Buffalo defense. Well, that Buffalo defense is shorthanded.
They don't have White. They don't have Jackson, and Hyde's out for the year.
Mm-hmm. Probably complaining about that. You know what? Take it. Take that, Aiden.
I'm taking the Hill. I'm taking the Hill. Rams 3.5-point favorite on the road against the Cardinals.
Yes.
Okay. Green Bay Packers or Tampa Bay 1.5-point favorite at home against the Packers.
I like the Packers. Plus 100, right? Plus 100?
Plus 100. I'm taking the Packers on the money.
Yeah, line. I'm taking the Pack. I'm never going to get that line again. Never going to get that again.
Nope. So Seahawks -1 over the Falcons. So if it's -1, you're taking the money line. Money line is 115 and for the Seahawks and -105 for Atlanta. Robbie's taking Seattle. We are having a Rumboyz debate on this one because I am taking the Atlanta Falcons.
Bet. I like that. No, I like that. I like that. Now hear me out. Whichever side of this game that you pick, do not play the motherfucking spread.
Nope.
Okay. So remember when I mentioned the hedge earlier about the Chargers-Jacksonville game? With this game, all right, with these two games, both remain true. Do not fucking play the spread. You are going to be leaving almost about 25, 30 some odd % of cash that could be netted if you had just fucking played the money line. The money line is safer on these two games. It's a 50-50. It's either this team can win or this team can lose. You take the spread in either of these two, your payout's not going to be as high. Do not play the spread in these two. Pick a fucking side. Take the goddamn money line. We saying always money line. Yes, money line is always going to pay out significantly more. Go ahead. Continue.
So the next game is the night game. Denver or Niners are a 1.5-point favorite on the road against Denver.
It's Niners all day.
It's Niners.
Yeah.
Okay, this one's going to be interesting. I can't wait for your answer on this one. 1-point favorite at home, the New York Giants over the Dallas Cowboys.
Giants.
Cowboys!
Cooper Rush is not good at football.
And Daniel Jones is?
They have Saquon.
Fuck you.
They don't have a fucking Saquon in Dallas. They have an aging-ass Zeke, and they won't let Tony Pollard take the fuck over. CeeDee Lamb's the only receiver, and he has a fucking QB2 throwing to him.
Jerry Jones can almost coach better than Mike McCarthy.
Ew. Don't ever say that again.
It was a joke.
Baker over Mariota. Baker, big playmaker.
I couldn't even say that with a straight face, Robbie.
And Baker's not even big playmaking as he should be, but that's because he has Rule, baby. Fucking Matt Rule's screwing up. Everyone thought that Matt Rule was going to be what Zach Taylor was last year for Cincinnati, and that's not the case. Thoughts on Patterson over 40? Yes. Over 41 rushing yards? Yes.
Gosh dang it. I'm screwed in one league.
I think I've only brought up one under this morning. Let's build a DFS lineup.
You take charge of that because I have a couple last minute inactives I have to pull.
Go ahead. Mike's also going to be while he's checking those inactives, he's going to be tending to the chat, pulling up questions, reading them off to me.
Yep, I got it.
Yeah, Mike, if you're not able to hear me when you read a question, just be like, "Hey, I can't hear you," and then I can just switch screens.
Okay.
99 Aguero It's been ages, Robbie. But guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back good game. 99, you're back. What's good, bro? All right, hang on. Let me switch screens. Let me build a DFS lineup. I turned the camera off so they don't have to see me frozen.
Yeah.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly.
Dilly. Oh, dang it.
We're getting drunk and smashing overs, boys. And I never do that. Like, I never just get, like, degenerately drunk and just be like, all right, like, where can I hit the over at?
So, Robbie, I have a question for you. Or I'll just say it because it's not weird, but you'll understand the situation being in Dynasty. So, IDP Dynasty League, they ruled out one of my starting DBs, right? Then I go to look, and my only backup DB is out as well. I'm projected to win by 10. So do I just leave it as a 0, or do I promote somebody from my taxi squad, but then I have to drop somebody? Because I do have a DB on my taxi squad. But I don't want to fuck with my dynasty lineup if I don't have to. Just to get 5 or 6 extra points. Playing the long game. Do I really want to move? Do I really want to promote someone off?
Who is it? Who is it?
Jalen Petrie.
I like Jalen Petrie.
Because this is what the problem I have on my roster, my starting roster. I'm starting Hufunga from the Niners, but I have Marcus May is out for the game, and Duggar has just been ruled. Kyle Duggar has just been ruled out.
Oh well, that fucking blows.
That's what I'm saying. I was going to put Duggar in for May, and they just ruled Duggar out late, last minute inactive. So I don't have an extra DB, and because it's Dynasty and it's, the leagues like we play, I can't pick anyone on the free agency because of waivers. So I have to either bring up Petrie or take a zip.
I would almost say put in Petrie in case some shit happens.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm doing it. I'm promoting him early. I don't care.
I am scouting for a fucking pull right now.
I'm taking the I had an extra roster spot, so I don't have to worry about it till after this week. Thank goodness. Okay, that helps.
All right, a $10,000 pool. I'll fucking jump in that.
I did a handful of freebies.
So wait, all right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So lineup one that we already have, which I'm playing against you guys, is Carson Wentz, DeAndre Swift, Antonio Gibson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, Logan Thomas, Jahan Dotson, Seahawks defense.
Me and you only have one. That are the same. I love it.
But here's what I'm asking. Do we enter that lineup into this $10,000 pool?
No. That's not enough of a GPP pool. I don't think. I don't see your lineup as a GPP lineup.
Let's pick our defense first. What defense do we want to go with, like right out the gate?
I hate defenses in DFS.
I hate defenses in DFS as well. But do we want to risk the chance of the Chargers not having Herbert and going with Jacksonville?
I did on one.
I'm thinking that that's worth the gamble.
I will say this. Adam Levitan and Al Smizzle both said that if that does happen, they are predicting that Jacksonville will be the highest owned defense in DFS.
I'm going to run that play. So, all right. So we saved significant money. I don't know if I'm trusting Tua in DFS today.
Absolutely not. In the one I'm against you, I use the Raiders defense, by the way.
Like, we're competing against thousands of people right now.
Yeah, no, I know. Exactly.
Yeah, we just saying no. I'm thinking Jared Goff.
I I would go. I went Goff. I would consider Goff. I would consider Jalen Hurts. I know it's against your team, but I would consider Goff.
We are talking about money right now, Mike.
I know. That's why I'm saying I would consider Jalen Goff. I would consider Jared Goff or Jalen Hurts.
Is Jalen how? I don't want to pay
Goff
up
is
for.
cheaper. No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so
If you
let's
don't
take a
want to pay
cheaper
up,
option.
you're going Goff. You go ASB and you run it back with a Minnesota Viking pass catcher. You could even go Herb Smith, 3,100.
All right, so I put in ASB. What running back? Who do we want as our RB1? Like Henderson, Gibson,
Hold on real quick.
like Gibby and Miles, go like on the same lineup. Like I have Chargers in all my fantasy leagues, but I agreed with Jacksonville D. Yeah, we gotta come away with some money here. Justin wants the ejection. Tyrod almost died from the injection. Oh my gosh. Do I dump Daniel Jones, New York Giants, for Flacco? Yes, Daniel Jones is not going to fucking win you a week, bro. The Jets on fire with that question. Yeah, dude, like Daniel Jones isn't going to win you a league, bro. Like Daniel Jones looks like a quarterback that played at Duke. Like I interviewed Daniel Jones and like I'm just not even. No. If the dude who did his rookie entry interview wasn't impressed, I don't think the Giants organization right now are very impressed. And that's just keeping it real.
Hands down.
Are you giving me input on these running backs?
I'm looking right now.
Bro, pull a trigger.
No, I'm trying to remember what their I'm looking at the cost. But my DK is being dumb right now. Here, I got it up, okay?
I'm thinking Miles Sanders.
I took Miles Sanders in a couple.
All right, boom. I put in Miles Sanders. Should I go Antonio Gibson? I feel like I should put Gibson and Sanders in the same lineup. Both those defenses suck against the run.
Then do it. And then saves you money for something leverage play down the road.
Should I grab my tight end right now and then fill in my two receivers and flex? Or grab a receiver and then go to my tight end?
No, go to your tight end. If you're playing golf, we could go. You could go play. You can go a comeback player. Irv Smith is only 3,100 if you want to go expensive at wideout, or if we can go higher on. I don't really like the tight end pricing this week.
Should I go Higbee against Arizona?
Do it.
Weeds, I have a lineup with Wentz, and I have a DFS lineup with Goff. If you're talking about fantasy, I would probably start Wentz.
Yeah, Wentz and then Goff back-to-back in my rankings.
I have Chiefs defense. Why did I trade for them with my Broncos defense?
Your Broncos defense hasn't played an offense yet.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
They played Seattle and Houston. Come on.
All right, I'm going to go Tyler Higbee. We're going to hope that Higbee gets off. All right, I have 18,300 left. Now let's fill in some receivers.
To me, if you can, I'm playing Stephon or someone of that ilk.
Like Stephon or Gabe Davis, who has a bigger day?
Stephon, because they played Monday night, should be like $1,000 more in cost.
He was 7,700. I put him in.
Okay.
We have 10,600 left.
For two?
Yep, for two spots.
Wide out and a flex?
Yep.
Okay.
So like we can go like we can toss in Jahan Dotson at one of these spots.
Is it crazy that I want to throw Garrett Wilson in?
No, it's not crazy. Because let me see something. Let me see something. So let's toss in Garrett Wilson, right? Because our quarterback's already Jared Goff. We stacked that with Amon-Ra.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can get us Dotson in this lineup. Jahan Dotson, 4,600. So, bro, we could go. Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right, bro. This lineup is kind of sexy. We can go Jared Goff, Miles Sanders, Antonio Gibson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Stephon Diggs, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Higbee, Jahan Dotson, and then we have the Jaguars defense. And honestly, we can even avoid going Jacksonville.
How much money do we have?
2,900. So we could play the
shit.
Yeah. So we could go up to the Eagles defense and play the Eagles defense.
I wouldn't do that if we're having two Washington players in the team though.
So then let's just stick Jacksonville.
Yeah, let's just stay short.
Yeah, let's just stay short. We play short. Like, we're under budget. We have a lot of high-scoring games. I love it.
I just realized I had Marcus May in 3 leagues. Oh, fuck. God, in one of my leagues, I had May. In one league, I had May and Duggar both in my lineup at the exact same time. That sucked.
Ooh.
But luckily, I had the backups to do it.
Yo, wait for us to build a lineup and get that in. I'm super confident in that one. So I didn't put in as many this week as I did like last week, but I mean, it's all good, bro.
No,
you know?
I didn't either. What I did is I did a mix between a cash and attorney lineup for you. Well, in the contest you're in. And then I did a couple of the freebies, and then I did a cash lineup for double ups.
Dude, this is gonna be a good day. I have a great feeling about those. Like,
yeah.
Those are super equitable. Like, they're very high risk. They are super high risk.
But you have to.
Oh yeah. Bro, so we are essentially demanding for it because we're playing a lot of divisional games in those lineups. Like,
what do you think about this lineup? This is not against you, so don't worry. Jalen Hurts, Leonard Fournette, and David Montgomery, Stephon Diggs, ASB, and Curtis Samuel, Irv Smith, Greg Dortch, and the Raiders defense.
It is high risk.
It's high risk. I know.
But I mean, that's not to say though that like it's not going to work, and that's not like. I say run it. Like, what's the cost of the pool?
Oh no, it's already in play. I put it in last night.
How much is the pool?
To get in or to win?
To get in.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that's a dollar. That's a dollar.
I just did it. Yeah.
Yo, if you did that at like a $20, like, I was like, yo, fuck. No!
No, I was playing around last night when I was at the bar.
Dude, that's the best time. Dude, I literally woke up, chugged a 5-hour energy, started drinking beer, took a shower, and like halfway through my shower, I was like, you know what? We're getting drunk and smashing overs. And that's exactly what's happening. That's exactly. Oh shit! Let me review. God damn it! Let me review these bets. Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
We only
Let's
got
knock.
20 minutes.
Yeah, let's knock out these bets really fast. Okay, I'm gonna run down these guys. Get your pens and pads, fellas. Boys back to town. Hang on. I'm like about to like get ready for rum zone and shit. And uh 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 Can you hear me?
See, senor.
I'm logging into the book. Okay. Alrighty. So we have in our first SGP. All right, we're going over our first SGP. We're talking the Buffalo Bills Miami game. All right. Bills money line, Stephon Diggs anytime TD, Jalen Waddle anytime TD, over 279.5 passing yards for Josh Allen, over 254.5 passing yards for Tua, over 49.5 receiving yards for Jalen Waddle. You guys got that?
I hope they do.
Aiden's like, Robbie's about to be blacked out. Oh, bro.
I hope not, Aiden.
Bro, it's gonna be so fucking great. Oh,
I gotta deal with this dumbass.
Listen, I haven't done a broadcast like about what's about to happen today. It's so fucking long. Mike, you're getting fucking fucked up with me today.
No.
Yes. Yes.
I can't handle. No. Well, just go. Keep going.
All right. The Vikings game. All right, Lions visiting the Vikings. We got Detroit money line. Amon ra ra ra. Ooh la 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 la. Anytime TD score. Jared Goff over 224.5 passing yards. DeAndre Swift over 44.5 rushing yards. We good there?
See, senor salsa.
Alrighty. And then we got a 5-pick parlay. This is all touchdowns. All right. We got Stephon Diggs at -105. Amon Ra at +145. Jahan Dotson at +210. Travis Kelce at -120. You knew we had to fucking show Mike some love, right?
Someone's got to score.
And then Michael Thomas at +150. And those are anytime TD scores of the day.
I like you.
Should I go over the death parlay, Mike?
No, I don't think you need to.
No. All right. The Raiders, the Saints, the Ravens, Bills Mafia, the Lions, Chiefs, Texans, Bengals, but I might put in another parlay really quick and another death parlay and hedge that one with the Jets. Jaguars. All right, this is all money line, by the way. But I got Bengals, Jaguars, Rams, Packers, Seahawks, 49ers. I did not bet my own team in my own death parlay.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want to put myself through that type of pain. And I might hedge that Chargers one as well. All righty, y'all. Those are Robbie's picks for today. Feel free to write them down, break them down however you want. You have about 20 minutes to where you can go back, rewind this edition of Week 3, Rumboyz NFL AM. Make sure you guys catch us for NFL Rum Zone. We're smashing overs and chugging beers, all right? And treating our women right. Let's go. It's going to be a fun fucking day, isn't it, Mike?
Yes, it is. You ready?
Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Dilly, motherfucker.